Thank you. But basically what we talked about, we came up with our list and then we ordered them 1 through 6, but we also had the concept of what might be really interesting to this group would be lightning talks, where the different subject areas are broken out to short presentations and 3 or 4 maybe covered in a session. But the most popular one on our side were the tools. GitHub, Jira, from the testing perspective, Cucumber. I think we had one over here that's really adamant about the GitHub. She's like, don't want to vote for anything else but GitHub. So, so we've got that, and then talking about test-driven development with Scrum, followed by Lean Agile, and then the reluctance. There were a couple votes later on in the list for documentation if it has to be there. And the different things within the documentation, more specifically, if anybody has to deal with regulatory requirements, audit requirements, those sorts of things, that we talk about how we can really keep them as lean as we can, but comply with requirements that we absolutely need to have. And then we talked about what specifics are needed within documentation. So really just an overall branching view on the documentation side. Sizing within the development area, and then lastly the design prototypes. There's kind of 2 schools of thought here. Some organizations have UX people that actually do some prototyping, some wireframing, that sort of thing, hands it off to development, and then the other side, the developers and responsible for that as well. So kind of the balance there, and maybe how that works on maybe both sides of the table. But that's what we got.
Excellent job.